All right, today this is a big block 429 460 engine out of my F-150, and I have it out now, getting the transmission rebuilt. I actually don't do transmissions, so we had a local shop do it. So rebuilt C6 transmission, and we're going to do all the things that you should do while you have a motor out. So typical things: rear main seal, oil pan gasket, valve cover gasket. I'm going to change exhaust gaskets too. I have a new flex plate for it. It's not too hard to do out of the vehicle, but these are things you do while it's out that are really hard to do while it's in the vehicle. I'm actually going to redo the intake manifold because I had kind of a pain to set in while it's in the truck. Actually, you can see where my seal did not hold up that well on the back side. So I'll get this all cleaned up, and we'll do the gaskets, and we'll go from there. Step one, drain all the oil. I'm going to actually change the oil pan too, because I tried to do the oil pan while it's in the vehicle, and I did it without pulling the motor mounts. So I actually had to cut this pan to get it back in. That's why I got a new one to replace it. While motor's draining, I'm going to pull off all these accessories to get the intake manifold off, and starting with the distributor and the valve covers. All right, I got my intake manifold off. One trick I do is I set all the bolts in the old one. Now I got to work on getting everything kind of cleaned up. My seal wasn't good here on the back. You just use silicone on the back of these. They're called China walls. So that's only one thing that we're going to redo. It was leaking. It was really hard to do in the truck. It'll be really easy to do while I got everything else. Well, like most projects I buy, I get into them and they need a lot more work, and I'm just not happy with what I see. So we're going to take the heads off and see what we find inside this motor. Well, when we decided to take the heads off, part of this is this year Ford, the 1972 heads are the worst ever created. Also, you see how these pistons have these huge valve release? These are actually designed to lower the compression. This again is from the no horsepower years of Ford. The other part about these heads, why nobody likes them, is called the D2VE-A2A head. You have these huge combustion chambers. You can just see how big it is. Can't make any power with those. And the exhaust valves, even though you got these huge intake ports that kind of tempt you with, hey, you can make power, the exhaust ports really suck. So I think I'm actually going to try and find a better head. And I'll probably swap pistons out in this motor now, and looking at lifters and camshafts, and we're doing all the things. So typical Casey project. We were just going to go freshen and change the seal. Now we're going to do a full rebuild. Joys of old cars. Well, now we've got her just settled down about where I want to. Gonna send her to the machine shop, see if I can repair it. It's got some damage in the block. It may or may not be able to be repaired. If not, I'll have to find another one. The cylinders actually don't look that bad, but definitely want to get rid of these and go flat tops. But nope, we're all apart, and this is kind of where she's at. She's gonna be in until I get machine shop. Takes some time, so it'll probably be a bit before we get back to this project.